Hi everyone. Welcome to Learning English Through History. Here we don't just study English. We live it. Every week you will hear now simple stories in English, full of useful words and phrases. Don't worry if you don't understand everything at once. Just listen, enjoy the story, and learn step by step. Our goal: to help you speak English with confidence, so grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's start this adventure together. Subscribe now and join me on the journey of learning English through history. See you in the next video. Enjoy listening.
It was very early in the morning when Sophie and Daniel arrived at the airport. The taxi stopped in front of the big glass entrance. Sophie carried a small backpack, and Daniel pulled a big suitcase. They looked a little tired, but also very excited because it was their first time traveling abroad together. Sophie took a deep breath and said, "Daniel, I can't believe we are finally here. We are really going to Paris." "Yes," Daniel replied, smiling. "It's going to be amazing. But first, we need to find the check-in desk." Inside, the airport was already very busy. People were rushing in all directions. Some were pulling heavy suitcases. Others carried cups of coffee or spoke quickly on their phones. Big screens showed long lists of flights with words like boarding, delayed, gate open. "Daniel, it feels like another world here," Sophie said. "So many people, so many flights. Everyone is going somewhere different." Daniel nodded. "Yes, airports are like small cities. But we need to focus. Let's check where our flight is." They looked at the screen. Sophie pointed. "Here. Flight to Paris. Boarding at gate 12. "Perfect. Let's check in our luggage first," Daniel said. They walked to the desk. A woman in uniform greeted them. "Good morning. Can I see your tickets and passports, please?" Daniel gave her the documents. "Here you are." The woman smiled. "Thank you. Do you have any luggage to check in?" "Yes, one suitcase," Sophie said. The suitcase disappeared on the belt. The woman handed them their boarding passes. "Great. Your flight is boarding at gate 12 in 1 hour. Have a nice trip." "Thank you," Sophie and Daniel said together. Next came security. Sophie looked nervous. "Daniel, I don't like this part. What if something goes wrong?" "Don't worry," Daniel said calmly. "Just put your things in the tray and walk through the scanner." Sophie placed her backpack, phone, and jacket on the belt. Daniel did the same. They walked through the scanner. Everything was fine. "See? Easy," Daniel said, laughing. Okay, you were right," Sophie admitted with a smile. Now they were inside the departure area. Sophie's eyes lit up. "Wow, Daniel, look at all the shops and cafes. It feels like a mall." "Yes," Daniel agreed. "And I'm hungry. Let's get some breakfast." They went into a café. The smell of fresh bread and coffee filled the air. "I want a croissant and a cappuccino," Sophie said. "I'll take a sandwich and a latte," Daniel replied. They carried their food to a table near the big windows. Outside, they could see planes moving slowly across the runway. "Daniel, look at that one. It's so big," Sophie said. "Yes, it's incredible," Daniel replied. "Soon we'll be in the sky too." They ate slowly, talking about what they wanted to do in Paris. Sophie wanted to see the Eiffel Tower, visit the Louvre, and try French pastries. Daniel wanted to walk along the Seine and take many photos. After breakfast, they looked around the shops. Sophie picked up a travel pillow. "Daniel, this will be perfect for the flight." "Yes, good idea. I'll buy a magazine and some snacks," Daniel said. They bought water, chocolate bars, and the pillow. Then they walked to gate 12. Many passengers were already waiting. Some read newspapers, others listened to music. Sophie and Daniel found 2 seats near the window. "Daniel, I feel a little nervous," Sophie admitted. "It's my first time flying." Daniel took her hand. "Don't worry. It's safe. Just enjoy the view." Soon the announcement came. "Flight to Paris is now boarding at gate 12. "That's us," Sophie said. They walked onto the plane. Inside, people were putting bags in the overhead lockers and finding their seats. Sophie sat by the window. "Wow, I can see everything," she said excitedly. The plane started to move. Sophie held Daniel's hand tightly. "Here we go," he whispered. The plane went faster and faster, then lifted into the air. Sophie gasped. "Daniel, look. The city is getting smaller." "Yes, and soon we'll be above the clouds," Daniel said. When the plane reached the sky, Sophie looked out and smiled. "It's beautiful. The clouds look like cotton." The flight attendants came with food and drinks. "Orange juice, please," Sophie said. "And coffee for me," Daniel added. They ate small sandwiches and cookies. They talked, laughed, and looked out of the window. 2 hours later, the pilot announced, "We are now landing in Paris." The plane touched down smoothly. People clapped. Sophie smiled. "We made it." "Yes, welcome to Paris," Daniel said. They collected their suitcase, found a taxi, and soon arrived at their hotel. From their window, Sophie could see the Eiffel. The next morning, Sophie woke up early. She ran to the window and opened it wide. Fresh air came inside, and she could see the Eiffel Tower shining in the morning sun. "Daniel, wake up. We are really in Paris," Sophie said excitedly. Daniel stretched and yawned. "Good morning, Sophie. Yes, it feels unreal. Where do you want to go first?" "Of course, the Eiffel Tower," Sophie replied immediately. They went downstairs for breakfast in the hotel. There was bread, cheese, fruit, and juice. Sophie tried a warm croissant. Delicious. "French food is already amazing," she said. After breakfast, they started walking through the city. The streets were alive with people. Small cafes had tables outside, and the smell of fresh coffee filled the air. Bakeries showed baguettes and pastries in their windows. Daniel, can we stop here and buy something? Sophie asked, pointing to a bakery. Sure, Daniel said. They bought 2 croissants and continued walking. Finally, they arrived at the Eiffel Tower. Sophie's eyes grew wide. Daniel, it's huge. Much bigger than I imagined. Yes, it's incredible. Let's go up, Daniel said. They bought tickets and took the elevator. As they went higher, Sophie felt her heart beat faster. When they reached the top, she gasped. Daniel, look at the view. The whole city is here, bridges, the river, the houses, it's beautiful. Daniel took photos. Yes, Paris is magic. They stayed for a while, then went down and walked along the River Seine. Musicians were playing violins, street artists were painting pictures, and small stands sold souvenirs. Sophie stopped at one. Daniel, look at these keychains. I want one with the Eiffel Tower. Good idea. Let's buy it, Daniel agreed. Later, they walked to the Louvre Museum. Sophie pointed at the glass pyramid. It looks so modern. I love it. Inside, they saw paintings and sculptures. Sophie stopped in front of the Mona Lisa. It's smaller than I thought, but so amazing. Yes, and look at all the people around it, Daniel added. They spent hours walking through the museum. In the afternoon, they went to a small café nearby. Sophie ordered hot chocolate, and Daniel chose coffee with a croissant. This is perfect, Sophie said. Paris is everything I dreamed of. Yes, Sophie, Daniel said softly. And it's even better because we are here together. As evening came, they returned to their hotel. The Eiffel Tower sparkled with lights. Sophie stood by the window watching. Daniel, Paris is even more beautiful at night, she whispered. Daniel nodded. Yes, and tomorrow we'll have even more adventures. They both smiled, feeling happy, tired, and ready for another day.
Great job today. You learn new words and expressions through our story. Remember, the more you listen, the more you understand. Don't forget to subscribe to Learning English Through History and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new story. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and share it with your friends. Thank you for learning with me. See you in the next story. Bye for now.